Roberts, or if she will give the administrator the oath of office to Mrs. Tammy Conrad Zangmeister, and then followed by Mrs. Tina Jones.
Okay, Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister, we'll start with you. Okay, I'm going to read this, and then at the end you will just state, I do. Okay, do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as members of the Board of Education of the Fairfield Union Local School District in Fairfield County, Ohio, to the best of your ability and in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereafter to be enacted during your continuance in said office and until your successor is elected and qualified?
I do affirm.
Thank you. Congratulations. Okay, Mrs. Johns. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as members of the Board of Education of the Fairfield Union Local School District in Fairfield County, Ohio, to the best of your ability and in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereafter to be enacted during your continuance in said office and until your successor is elected and qualified?
I do.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister and Mrs. Jones, for serving on the Fairfield Union School Board. Okay, that moves us into 1.2, a board assigned president pro temp for the organizational meeting. It is recommended that we assigned someone as pro temp for that meeting, so I'd entertain a motion.
I move to approve Mr. Kimmer.
Okay, there'll be a second.
I have a second.
Okay, second, been moved by Mr. Hoffman and second by Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister. Discussion. No discussion, I'll turn to Mrs. Roberts for the roll call, please.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister,
Yes.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer.
Yes.
Um,
I'm sorry.
abstained.
Apologize, I abstained.
Thank you.
All right, with that being said, we'll call the, we'll go to 1.3, and the meeting called to order. As president of the pro temp. Would everyone please stand for the pledge of allegiance, followed by a moment of silent reflection. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Okay, that does move us into 1.6. I've lost my computer. Just 1 second, please. Give a second here. There, it's coming back. There, got it. There we go, 1.6. Turn to Mrs. Roberts for roll call of the board members, please.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister,
Here.
Mr. Hoffman,
Here.
Mrs. Johns,
Here.
Mr. Kimmer.
Here. Okay, all board members present. Election of officers, 1.7, for 2026. Recommend a motion to elect a president for 2026. There be a motion, please.
I make a motion to elect Todd Hoffman as president.
Okay, and open to elect Todd Hoffman as president. Would there be a second?
I will second.
Second by Mrs. Johns. Discussion. If there's no discussion, we'll turn to Mrs. Roberts for the roll call, please.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister,
Yes.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
and then Mr. Hoffman.
Abstain.
Okay, motion passed. Mr. Hoffman is our president for 2026. Mr. Hoffman, you want us?
No, we used to already do.
Okay, okay. I'll turn it over to Mr. Hoffman at this point. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
All right, we need to entertain a motion for vice president.
I would move, it would be Mrs. Johns, Mr. Hoffman.
Okay.
I will second.
Moved by Mr. Kimmer, second by Ms. Conrad Zingmeister. Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zankmeister,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mrs. Johns.
Abstain.
All right, we'll move to 1.9. This is to set the board meeting schedule, Public Records Commission meeting for 2026. You have the school board meeting dates there available to you. Any questions on that item? I will just share that I will be absent the May 4th meeting. That's our accreditation week, and I'll be entertaining that whole crew that week and evening, so.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
So I have a second.
Second.
Moved by Mrs. Johns, second by Mr. Kimmer. Any other questions or comments? Not? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zankmeister,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman.
Yes. Motion passed. That moves us on to new business. Item 2.1, this is to appoint OSBA Legislative Liaison for 2026. Historically, we've done the president for Legislative Liaison and then vice president for the Student Achievement Liaison, which is our next item on the agenda. Do we wish to continue that?
It's okay.
So moved. Yes.
All right. So just entertain a motion. Ms.
So moved.
Conrad Zingmeister moved to approve 2.1.
I'll second.
Ms. Johns seconded. Any further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Mrs. Conrad Zankmeister,
Yes.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Abstain.
Mr. Kimmer.
Yes.
Motion passed. For 2.2, this is to appoint the Student Achievement Liaison. Need a motion to approve.
I would move Mrs. Johns,
All
our
right.
Student Achievement Liaison.
I will second that. Any other further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zankmeister,
Yes.
Mrs. Johns.
Abstain.
Motion passed. 2.2, this is to appoint board member to the Audit Fraud Liaison for 2026.
Mr. Hoffman, we usually do 2 members, and I would recommend we do those in 2 separate motions.
Okay.
So we have 3 votes,
Okay.
because someone will need to abstain.
In general, I think this is members other than the first 2 we've appointed, so
Yes, sir.
historically. So to entertain a motion for a particular member?
Move to, for you, Kimmer to be on the, is it the fraud and liaison we're still on?
Yes.
Audit and fraud.
Audit and Fraud Liaison.
Didn't we have 2 on the student?
We need 2 on this, correct?
Yeah, we need 2 on
We
the
need-
student.
We'll do 2
Student
different.
and
No,
the-
1 for student achievement,
Okay.
1 for
We did the student
legislative,
achievement.
and then there are usually 2 for audit and fraud.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But we have to,
But we do 2 different.
Well, with only 4 members, we'll need to do 2
Got it.
separate,
No, I'm with
and
you. Okay.
that's my mistake for not putting 2
No,
separate on the
I'm with you
agenda.
now. I was confused there for a second. Okay. So first nomination, Ms. Conrad Zingmeister nominated Mr. Kimmer.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a second on that?
I will second.
Ms. Johns seconds the motion. Any further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Mrs. Conrad Zankmeister,
Yes.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
and Mr. Kimmer.
Abstain.
And then we'll need a second
Okay.
nomination.
Move that Mrs. Johns,
Nope.
oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister, yes.
Mr. Kimmer moved for Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister. I will second that. Any further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister.
Abstain.
Motion passed. Moving on to 2.4, appoint legal counsel. This is to approve Burkhardt and Graydon and Scott Scriven as legal counsels for 2026, in addition to the county prosecuting attorney, and pay for legal services from district funds. Any questions? This is standard. No questions? Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Ms. Conrad, I'm sorry, Ms. Johns moved to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Kimmer, second the motion. Any further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister.
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman.
Yes. Motion passed. Moving to 2.5, this is standing authorization for calendar year 2026. Again, a whole list of items there. It's typical. Nothing's changed from
Nothing's changed from
previous
the
years.
past few years, correct?
All right. Any questions? If not, entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Ms. Conrad Zangmeister has moved to approve. I will second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister.
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman.
Yes.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
Motion passed. Moving to item 2.6, this is a motion to approve the tax budget for fiscal year 2027 as presented by the treasurer.
So this is a standing authorization yearly in the organizational meeting. However, I will say that this is the first year with the tax budget. The state is requiring that we provide revenue and expenditures for all funds instead of just the general fund. So you will see a few pages in, there are several, you can see each fund listed. This is new for the state, so I would not be completely shocked if there was some additional follow-ups after this. But this is the first part of where the board, have a motion to approve this, and then later on in the fiscal year, the county will set rates, and those will get reapproved by the board. So this basically gets turned into the county so that they can set tax rates.
Any questions or comments? If not, entertain a motion to approve. Moved to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Ms. Conrad Zangmeister, second the motion. Any further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister.
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mrs. Johns.
Yes.
Motion passed. And that moves us to adjournment. Before we do that, I would like to thank Mr. Kimmer for being our president for this past year and commend him for a nice job that he did and the long speeches that he provided. No, you did a wonderful job. Just want to thank you for your service to the board and all that you've done, so.
Appreciate it, Todd.
Appreciate it.
The privilege of being on the board. Appreciate that very much. Yeah.
And that moves us to adjournment of the organizational meeting.
I move that we adjourn the organizational meeting.
Moved by Ms. Johns.
I'll second.
Mr. Kimmer, second the motion.
Yes.
Any further discussion? If not, entertain a motion. I'm sorry, if not, please call the roll.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister.
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman.
Yes. Motion passed, meeting adjourned. Did you get choked up there at the end there?
Yeah, I must have. I must have.
It is 7 o'clock, so we can.
All right, well, so
roll
we're right on time.
Hey, that was really well done. for-
Impressive management of 15 minutes there, right? Between Mr.
Right on the dot, 7
Yeah.
o'clock.
Oh, gosh. I gotta get back into the right meeting
I
here.
had to too, yeah.
I clicked the wrong button.
I did as well.
All right. We will call the meeting, the regular meeting, to order. We will do roll call.
Okay, Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister,
Here.
Mr. Hoffman,
Here.
Mrs. Johns,
Here.
Mr. Kimmer.
Here.
We are going to move to, we're going to forego the pledge and moment of silence because we did that in the previous meeting, so we're going to move to 2.1. This is a resolution to fill the vacancy of Board of Education seat. I am going to read the resolution and then entertain a motion to approve, so. I'm introducing the following resolution to move for its passage. So resolution number 2026-001, a resolution filing a vacancy on the Board of Education. Whereas 3 Board of Education terms expired on December 31st, 2025, and were subject to election at the November 4th, 2025 election. And whereas only 2 individuals filed valid petitions for election as members of the board, and whereas a vacancy will occur on the Board of Education on January 1, 2026, and whereas pursuant to our revised code 3313.11, Board of Education is required to fill such vacancy not earlier than 10 days after such vacancy occurs by the majority vote of all remaining board members of the board, and whereas the Board of Education has considered and deliberated over who should fill the board vacancy, and now therefore be it resolved, the Fairfield Union Local School District Board of Education pursuant to revised code 3313.11 hereby appoints Jeff Smeltzer to fulfill the term of the office for the vacant position. Be it further resolved that the board directs the treasurer to give written notice to the Board of Elections that the vacancy has been filled by Jeff Smeltzer. So I brought that, so I assume
We just
I'm,
need a motion.
I'm moving.
Okay.
No, you just read it, so anyone
Okay,
can
so
make
we need a
motion.
motion first.
Okay. So move to appoint Mr. Jeff Smeltzer to the vacancy of the Board of Education.
Okay, moved by Mr. Kemmer. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Conrad Zangmeister, second the motion. Any discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister.
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes,
Mrs. Johns.
Yes.
motion passed, resolution passed.
Mr. Smeltzer?
I believe we need to administer the oath of office
Yes.
for our new board member,
Congratulations.
Mr. Smeltzer,
New and old.
new and old.
So there's a copy of the oath of office in front of you, and just like with the other 2, I will read it, and then your response, if you agree, is I do. Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as members of the Board of Education of the Fairfield Union Local School District in Fairfield County, Ohio, to the best of your ability, and in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereafter to be enacted during your continuance in said office, and until your successor is elected and qualified?
I do.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Just want to apologize for all this that happened. Is the camera there?
Yeah.
Anybody that's watching that supported me and signed my petition, I apologize.
It was a simple mistake. I left a year off of one of the pages, and that was it. So, I guess I'll be double, triple, whatever, quadruple checking, when I do it again. So, I apologize to everybody.
You live through what all of us fear every time we turn in these documents.
The amount of
It's
truth.
glad it was you, not me, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you back on the board, as you should be, so appreciate all the patience and working through the details, so.
Yep.
All right, we will move to open items, 3.1, the minutes. This is to approve the minutes from the last meeting, December 15th. You've had a chance to review those minutes. Have any questions or comments? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Mr. Conrad Zangmeister, move to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Mrs. John, second the motion. Any further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister.
Yes.
Mrs. Johns.
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman.
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer.
Yes.
Mr. Smeltzer.
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. Moving to 3.2, this is adjustments to the agenda. I believe there's one item there.
Yes, sir. We received a contract today for a student to attend Eagle Wings, and we didn't receive it till today, but the student will start at Eagle Wings today, so would like to have that approved if possible.
So that would add item 8.6
Yes, sir.
to the new business, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions? If not, entertain a motion to approve the adjustment.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Kimber has moved to approve. I will second that. Any further discussion? If not, please call a roll.
Mr. Kimmer.
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman.
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister.
Yes.
Mrs. Johns.
Yes.
Mr. Smeltzer.
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. That'll be an additional item to the new business of 8.6. So please don't let me forget that.
Don't count on me.
Really sure on this. All right. Moves us on to information discussion. Superintendent updates is 4.1. Mr. Belleville.
Thank you, Mr. Hoffman. Want to echo your sentiments and say thank you to Mr. Kimmer for your service as president over the past year with all of the legislative changes. It was a busy year, so we do appreciate your service and leadership over the course of the past year. So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
A couple of agenda items I want to touch on, or one specifically, the school calendar for the 2026-2027 school year is on the agenda for consideration by the board. I do want to thank Mr. Denny and his team with the Education Association. They get together and put together several sample calendars, and then we take those and look at it from a district lens and come up with a final calendar to present to the board. So as always, truly appreciate their partnership and you know, the teamwork that we have with our association to put a calendar together. So we do have that for consideration by the board this evening. One thing I want to point out within the calendar, House Bill 114 changed the rules in regards to kindergarten enrollment. In the past, students had to be 5 years of age by August 1st or September 30th, and the school district got to choose which one of those dates they wanted to use for kindergarten enrollment. Fairfield Union has historically been August 1st, but House Bill 114 has changed kindergarten enrollment for all schools in Ohio. The new rule is a student has to be 5 years of age by the first instructional day on your school calendar. Now, that's not as easy as you would think, because Fairfield Union is one of many schools that have staggered starts for kindergarten. So when exactly is the first instructional day? When the first group comes, the second group, or all the groups together? So the way we're going to handle this is we are going to count the first instructional day of the school calendar as our enrollment date, which would be August 13th if the calendar is approved. So we'll make sure we get that clarification out to our families through our elementary schools. But I wanted to put that on your radar because that is a change from the past, going from August 1st. But you'll see school districts across the state implementing this in a lot of different ways. So just wanted to be very clear, for simplicity's sake, whatever that first day is on our school calendar, we're going to say that's the date you have to be 5 years of age.
But that will change each year slightly.
Each year it's
so
gonna
that will have
change.
to be communicated
Yep.
well in advance to get parents
Correct.
to know. And
Correct.
it's gonna be fun.
It will change every year, because if your start date changes, then enrollment date changes. Yep. So could create some confusion down the line. We'll just have to make sure we communicate really well with our community and our parents. And I have all the faith in the world at our elementary schools that will happen. They do a tremendous job of getting information out to the community. So I don't think it'll be a problem for us, but Mr. Hoffman, to your point, I could see it being a problem in other places. So just wanted to point that out there. Also, we've talked about this. Fairfield Union Schools will become polling locations in the beginning with November 2026 elections. We anticipate Rushville Middle School, Pleasantville Elementary School, and Bremen Elementary School as polling places, all three of those schools. So on election days, we will close the entire district to students. We're going to go ahead and bring our staff in for either professional development or parent-teacher conferences on those election days. So I think that'll be a change that will be welcomed in the community. With it being election day, we'll be able to run conferences one day from, we're looking at 11 a.m. till 7 p.m., running conferences that day. And we've had requests from parents, hey, I wish we could have some daytime appointments because I work second shift. So I think that will prove beneficial for some families to have that afternoon option. And I think it will definitely work out well for our staff, not having to come back 2 evenings to do conferences, and it's just really jam-packed there. So I think those will be positive, but we'll see how it goes and then make adjustments for the 27-28 school year if need be. So those are just some highlights there on the calendar, and can certainly answer any other questions that pop up once we get to that on the agenda. Also, I want to point out with Mr. Smeltzer's appointment to the board, the way this will work for election, his seat will be up in a quote-unquote special election in November of 2027. Board of Education elections are in odd years, so we would have 2 seats up in 2027, be Mr. Hoffman, Mr. Kimmer, but Mr. Smeltzer's seat will also go on. It will be a separate ballot item. So we would have 3 people up, and then 2 years after that, that seat would be up again to get back on the normal rotation. So November 2027, we'll have 3 names on the ballot.
I remember Mrs. Johns.
Mhm.
The procedure was the same way with
Yep.
Mrs. Johns, I remember.
Yeah. So it'll be for 2 years. And had a little confusion on that it would just be until the next election, which would have been November 2026, but there are no board elections in even years, so that's why it pushes out to November 2027. All right. Also want to mention, did have Verigy in on Friday. We've been looking at our buildings for well over a year. Matt Smith and I were looking at that. We have a lot of our exterior, yes, I think we have a lot of exterior lights that are out on the buildings. A lot of them still work, but in spots, we definitely have some dark patches where those lights are out. Also, lights on the flagpoles at the middle school and high school. want to address that. And then the lights around the Falcon and high school need to be adjusted and fixed. So Verigy came in to look at those, and they'll put together a proposal to come in and fix those lights for us. We had replaced those fixtures or retrofitted those fixtures 8 years ago as part of the energy conservation project. And they're just starting to go out. Probably the drivers in the assembly itself. So that's something that, you know, it may end up being Matt again, but Claypool come out to fix. But we just didn't get a chance to get those fixed before Matt left, so am working on quotes to get those repaired. Also, we've had a lot of requests from parents, from our coaches. I've heard from students that communication amongst our classroom teachers, coaches, parents is kind of all over the place. We have a lot of different apps that teachers use and coaches use to communicate with either their classes or their teams. And there's been, you know, requests that could we have a universal one app for the whole district so that communication is more streamlined, and I don't have a, you know, Class Dojo for my kids' academic class and the band app for one sports team and another app for another sports team, so on and so forth. And so we're exploring that. There are some products out there that we're looking at. And I hope to have an update for the board on that in the near future, that we are efforting and looking at consolidating some of that communication to make it more effective and easier for families, and hopefully just that continual effort to increase communication within the district to our families. So we'll provide more updates on that in the future. And the final thing I have this evening, January is Board Member Appreciation Month. And it is not lost on any of us that work here how nice we have it because of the Board of Education that we have. Truly appreciative of all of your time, effort, and energy that you put into these jobs. They are thankless jobs most of the time, and we certainly don't say it enough as a district, but just want to say thank you on behalf of our students, our staff, and this community. Really am so appreciative of the five of you and all you do for us. You make our lives a lot easier, and I've been in other districts, as have many people here, and it's not this way everywhere. And I certainly don't take that for granted. So I do have some certificates for you that the Ohio School Board Association sent out. So I'll read this, and then if Mr. DeStadio, if you can take some pictures as I hand these out, and then we'll make sure that Ms. Throckmorton gets something on the website as well to show our sincere appreciation. So we'll start off with Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is presented to Tammy Conrad Zangmeister, Fairfield Union Local Schools, in sincere appreciation for exemplary leadership and service to public schools, presented by Mary Cleveland, President, Ohio School Board Association, and Thomas Hostler, Chief Executive Officer, Ohio School Board Association. Ms. Conrad Zangmeister.
Tammy. This is wrong.
All of the certificates say the same thing, but again, in appreciation for exemplary leadership and service, Mr. Todd Hoffman. In appreciation for exemplary leadership and service to public schools, Ms. Tina Johns.
I couldn't see the procedure, so.
In sincere appreciation for exemplary leadership and service, Mr. Kevin Kimmer. And in sincere appreciation for exemplary leadership and service to public schools, Mr. Jeff Smeltzer.
Thank you.
Mr. President, that's all I have for this evening, unless there are any. Well, I have one more thing. Superintendent Liaison Committee appointments. Each year, I am allowed to appoint board members to committees for myself. This doesn't require board approval, and I can meet with these committees without it being considered a meeting because it's only groups of two. So each year I have a few committees, curriculum, instruction, co-curricular. Ms. Conrad Zangmeister and Ms. Johns would be in charge of that. A couple years ago, if you remember, we had the science of reading and a large curriculum approval there. The science of math is on its way, so congratulations, ladies. Might have a little bit on your plate there. Construction and Improvements Committee, Mr. Hoffman, Mr. Smeltzer. Again, we'll probably get back into our master facility plan this year and just review that and things that are possible down the line so that we're prepared for what can come. And that's a continual thing as part of our just overall plan with our the money that we moved into our capital improvement fund. We want to revisit that periodically so that we can make sure we're following those plans. Our legislative committee, Mr. Smeltzer, Mr. Kimmer, lot of things happening with our legislative branches in Columbus, looking at property taxes once again. So I'm sure we're going to have to potentially have some committee or some community meetings and would have you guys participate with that. Personnel negotiations, Ms. Johns, Mr. Hoffman, and then our grounds, Mr. Kimmer and Ms. Conrad Zangmeister. So do appreciate your all's willingness to serve on committees and go above and beyond even what we do here at our regular meetings. So any questions? All right, thank you.
Okay, that wraps up information discussion. We'll move into number 5, recognition of visitors. I don't believe we have anybody signed in.
Nope.
So we'll move right on to reports and presentations with the administrator's reports. We will start off with Mr. Schaefer.
Evening, everyone. I just want to echo Mr. Belleville's sentiments and thank you guys for all that you do for the district. I know that on behalf of the high school, you know, we're very appreciative of the constant support that you guys give us, so it's much appreciated. Just some academic updates at the high school. I did just leave our annual CCP meeting, so that was going on. I left Mr. Johns there. We had a really good number of families in attendance tonight, and with our expansion of CCP over the last few years and going into next year, you know, it's really exciting. I think it's one of the things that we're taking a lot of pride in right now is just how well-rounded the high school has become between CCP and our AP courses, and now we're kind of getting more robust in our workforce development offerings. We're really excited just about the all-around approach that we have for our students and the opportunities that they have post-graduation. So that was good to see this evening. That kind of goes into a program of studies. I'm hopeful that here in the next month or so we'll have the program of studies for next school year before you. You know, it's pretty similar to what we had last year. There are some chances that we get some expansion in in-house CCP. We've put up some more teachers to Muskingum University. We're very thankful for the partnership we have with them. And we're really excited about some expanding CCP offerings with some folks who are already teaching it, but then the opportunity for some teachers who have not been approved to be approved heading into next school year. So it's really exciting at the high school. I I also want to recognize the work that's been done in creating the weight room space at the high school that's open now. Our students are using that, and it is exciting. I mean, if you have not had the opportunity to see that space in person, I would highly recommend it. I don't think that a photo of it can do it justice. I mean, it's really a great space, and I think that we're gonna see a lot of students go through that. So there's already a lot of students who are talking about getting that on the schedule here as we approach the third quarter or even into next year. Just a lot of kids really excited about the opportunity that that's going to bring, not just to our athletes, but just our students in general. The ability to teach them a healthy lifestyle that will go with them after graduation. You know, we take a lot of pride in that and think that you know, that's a pretty state-of-the-art equipment room that we have there for our students. So excited there. Some testing updates. We did complete our fall end of course exam testing. We're expecting those test results back here in about the next few weeks. And then we're also starting tomorrow, Mr. DeStadio, Mr. Johns, we are going to be doing our first semester web exam testing. So our courses in our CTE pathways that are semester courses, they'll take their final web exams this week. So excited to see how the students can perform on those. You know, just to show how they've grown from the pre-test that we had back in September onto these final tests. We also had winter homecoming over the weekend, so that was exciting. We had 230 students in attendance. It was a really great time. They were there all the way until we turned the lights on and made them go home. They probably would have stayed longer if they could have, but a really, really good turnout. We had a lot of staff members who came out to chaperone and just be with the students. So really, really exciting evening over the weekend. Just brief athletic update. We're having a really strong winter season. So our boys basketball team currently sits at 7-2. They will be at home tomorrow night against Logan Elm. They did lose to Logan Elm the first time around, so they're looking to get even there. We also have Hope Squad. They're doing an event tomorrow night during the boys game too. So it's going to be an exciting night tomorrow night. Also, girls basketball currently sitting at 7-4. Really strong start for them as well. They'll play Circleville on Wednesday night at home. So that's another big home game. Circleville's currently in first in the league. So, you know, looking forward to see our girls perform against them. That is also going to be a Hope Squad night. So our Hope Squad wanted to kind of do a community outreach event at both the boys and girls games. So they're going to do those over the next 2 evenings. The Hope Squad students and advisors are very excited about that. They've been working hard. Wrestling, they're performing very well. Obviously, you know, Coach Miller in his first year back as head coach, seeing a lot of growth in the wrestling program. They do have their first home meet this Thursday, so if you're available, that I believe that starts at 6 p.m. That's a home match against Philo. So excited to get those guys at home, see how they can kind of prove themselves in front of the fans. And then we've got swim as well. You know, a lot of PRs for both of our boys and our girls swim teams throughout the year. You know, it's impressive. It seems like every time that we get an update from the coaches there, it's, you know, these students PR'd again. These students PR'd again. So, you know, it's good to see all of our swim athletes continuing to perform and increase their ability there. As well as gymnastics, they've kind of had a unique start to the year. They've only had one event just because the other times they've been scheduled, it seems like we've had weather. So they've been canceled, both those. But the one event that they did have, they did receive a third place finish in that event. So that was a strong event there. You know, we're looking forward to seeing them continue to progress. Hopefully the weather will cooperate with them as we go. Lastly, I just have a few groups that I'd like to recognize here this evening. First being our DECA group. So they did receive I got to make sure I read this right, the Thrive Level Distinction this year from DECA. Pretty unique situation there. That's for completing a number of chapter campaigns over the last calendar year. With that, only 20 schools in the state of Ohio received that distinction. So really proud of the work that Mrs. Swick and her students are doing there. You know, again, that's for the number of community service campaigns and promotional campaigns that they do throughout the course of the year. So, you know, again, when you look at all of the schools who have DECA chapters to be, you know, in a category with only 20 other schools, you know, really, really excited at the work that they've done. And just to kind of see how they progress, they've got some DECA district testing tomorrow, which will qualify them for the district event this Friday. So just to get to see our students compete and all the work that they're doing in DECA is great. And then the second group that I want to recognize is our NHS. As a lot of you know, our NHS, they just completed their annual Christmas shopping trip. So I asked Mrs. Toller to give me a rundown. I had to kind of skim this down a little bit or we would have been here for a while, but there's a lot of great things here. So we did take Bremen and Pleasantville on our annual shopping trip. We had some weather that we had to deal with there, but from Bremen, we were able to take 16 students. Each one of those students had $165 basically that they were able to spend, totaling $2,640 at Bremen, 15 students at Pleasantville, which totaled $2,475 there. A lot of that is, donations from the community and from families, so we're always thankful for that, and just the ability, I made it out a couple of days when they went to the Lions Club for lunch, and just to see our high school students interacting with the elementary students was great. We want to thank the Lions Club for allowing us to do that, as well as the partnership that we've got with Falcons Nest. They catered the lunch both of those days, and actually received enough donations that all of the food was also covered by donations from individuals throughout the community. So very thankful for that. And then as you look at the day of and all of the great things that come out of it, which it is great, but there are some on the back half of that are pretty important too. So from shopping at Kohl's, we also were able to receive $920 of Kohl's cash over those 2 days. And that Kohl's cash has been delivered to Mrs. Hahn at the middle school to basically support Rushville Middle School and some of the needs that they may have there. And then on top of the shopping trip, also the NHS was able to provide each student with what they considered a basics bag that just had some basic winter supplies, hat, gloves, a scarf, some other clothing items that the students could use there, a blanket, some hygiene items. So, they take a lot of pride in that, and, we could not do that without the support of the board and the, numerous individuals and groups throughout the community that give back to that. So we're just thankful for that. It was a great couple of days there. That's pretty much what we've got going on at the high school, so unless anybody has any questions.
The numbers that you helped at Bremen and Pleasantville for the shopping, is that about normal, or was it up, down?
I think it's about normal.
I
Yeah.
think we actually took a couple extra kids because we had, received so many donations, so yeah. But
good.
pretty close to
Yeah,
it.
good.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Shaver. Next up, we've got Trishawn.
Hi, good evening. So I am going to kind of highlight a few things that happened in our late fall and December as well, just because we weren't here last month to speak with you. But before I do that, I just want to also say a special thank you to the board on behalf of the middle school. Thank you for all your service, for our families, for our students, for our staff at the middle school. We really appreciate all of your work and your time and your efforts, so thank you very much. Just to kind of highlight a few things at the middle school, we had our late fall Scholastic Book Fair. That took place in late November. And Mrs. Strawn, who is in charge of our library this year, wanted to do something a little different, where we were going to have that opened during parent-teacher conferences as well. So we had not done that since I have been at the middle school, and it really paid off. So the book fair that we hosted in November we grossed more money than we ever have since I have been here. So we were able to purchase 103 new books for our library. And then the success of the book fair also has now made us eligible for a BOGO event, buy one, get one, in the spring. So we're going to host another May Scholastic Book Fair for our middle school students, where they will get to buy a book and get a book for free. So we are thrilled that we can offer that to our middle school students, here in the next few months. So then, in turn, we're hoping then to be able to purchase more books for our shelves and additionally for our vending machine, so that we can give free books out to students for different incentives that we have offered at the middle school. I want to personally just do a shout out, thank you to the Fraternal Order of Eagles Post 2801 from Buckeye Lake. We did receive a donation from them last month to help us with our clothing closet. So just want to, again, just publicly thank them. That's a tremendous, generous donation. I just want to thank them. Mrs. Rice and I will be kind of taking stock. We did use the money that we received from our Kohl's cash that has already been spent to restock different types of clothing and so forth, and different toiletry needs and so forth that we can give out to our students throughout the school year. So we will be looking to see, how we can, best use that money given to our clothing closet. We did have a very successful Veterans Drive led by our Leo Club in partnership with our Rushville Lions Club as well. We did collect over 2,600 items that we were able to then give out to veterans and other community members who were in need. So just wanted to, thank our students for their enthusiasm and teamwork during this effort. We just finished out 2025 with our annual canned food drive sponsored by our National Junior Honor Society, where we always give back to our local food pantries. So we were able to give over 500 items to our local food pantries. So I feel like we have done a lot of giving, a lot of giving, which I think is such an important life skill for the students to learn outside of academics and so forth. Teaching them to be, good stewards and, give to others. We have had multiple, just kind of a little bit on academics. I want to kind of highlight Mrs. Phillips and her career classes. She's been partnering a lot with Mr. Denny from our workforce development at the high school, and they've been able to collaborate in order to have some guest speakers come into our middle school, and it's been amazing. I have sat in on several of these guest speakers. We've had Lancaster Fire Department, we've had a representative from the Lancaster Police Department, somebody from FMC. We've had our own Deputy Fiesel come over and share her experiences. And Mrs. Rogers has come in for a day as well and shared her experiences as a school psychologist. So we're just trying to tap into our internal resources that we have here within the district, as well as some, outside community people that maybe he has ties with or she does, but being able to have these individuals come in and share, what post-secondary skills or what training or what schooling that they had to undergo in order to, have the career that they have today, and then just sharing, day-to-day, duties that they have within their careers. It's been really good for the students. They are very attentive, ask a lot of questions, and it's a really good thing to have, we can talk about careers, but to have actual people coming in and sharing, wearing their uniforms, when they come in, it's really unique. It's a really unique opportunity for our kids. We are going to be taking a small group of our 8th grade students to Midwest Fabricating in Lancaster and Amanda. I had spoken about this, I think, in our November meeting, but then we had some issues with weather, so we had to reschedule. So that is now on the books for January 22nd. So we are looking forward to having those students tour the facilities and observe the day-to-day operations within that facility. On January 27th, we are taking our entire 8th grade class to Fairfield Career Center, where they will be, exploring all the different programs that facility has to offer. So hopefully, I know that we have several 8th grade students who are interested in the Career Center. So hopefully, they'll be able to, see some of those different programs that they are already interested in. I am meeting with Mrs. Rogers this week to finalize some Hope Squad plans. They plan to come to the middle school on February 13th. And so we're excited to have Hope Squad visiting the middle school to share their message with us there. Just a couple highlights for athletics. Our 7th grade boys basketball team's doing extremely well. We only have one loss, 6-1 in the MSL currently. Our 8th grade boys are doing well. They're 5-2 right now, sitting at the MSL. They're playing right now in Hamilton Township, so that will change by tomorrow. Our 7th and 8th grade girls have struggled a little bit so far this year, but they're showing lots of improvements and so forth. Wrestling, we are coming off of an MSL championship from last year, so a lot of those wrestlers have come back from last year. They have won each meet or invitational, except for just this past weekend. They had a 3rd place finish, but they did have some larger schools at that invitational, so they were still, very proud of that 3rd place finish. They will have a dual meet, like Mr. Schaefer had mentioned earlier with Philo this Thursday, and then they have an upcoming invitational this Saturday as well. And just the last thing that I just wanted to share, it's crazy to think that this is where we are already in the school year, but Mr. Funk, Mrs. Rice, and I have already, sat down a couple of different times here since we've been back from Christmas break to talk about the 26-27 school year and, what that schedule is going to look like and so forth. So just excited to look ahead to, what's to come here in the next year as well. So any questions?
What time's the wrestling start Thursday?
I think it's 6.
6, okay, thank you.
Is it both the high school and the middle
High
school
school and middle school.
together?
At the high school?
Yes,
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mrs. Hahn. Next up, we have Mr. Knopf.
Well, first of all, thanks guys, I really do appreciate your guys' support. So on behalf of both elementaries, thank you very much. We really, truly, honestly, like knowing that you have our backs and you come to our events and you support us, so thank you very much. I'm going to I am also going to do Mrs. Tokar's Pleasantville, I'll do that at the end. But I'm going to talk to you about 2 topics tonight. The first topic is when. So that you have if you're in school world, you've probably heard of that. It's a structure for what I need, and what we're looking at is when we got the fall test results for 3rd grade, we started looking at the data. We were looking at our STAR data, we were looking at kind of classroom data, we were looking at the state data. And we were noticing that in classroom A, there were 2 kids that had this skill, in classroom B, that same skill was needed, but there was only 1 kid in that room, and maybe there was 2 others in another room. So this allowed us, when we looked at our intervention block, the principals were looking at this, Mrs. Barr and myself, we had enough staff member already around what we called our intervention time. So could we possibly then start looking at specific skills so that we have one specific skill and we can pull those 4 or 5 kids from those 3 rooms so that they're getting what they need at that time, and the teachers actually were picking strengths. They were going, oh, I really love to teach that, I'll take those 6 kids and I'll work on this. So we now have a block that we'll start this at the beginning of the 3rd 9 weeks, where it's the same time frame. All 3rd grade classes in both buildings are doing this. So all 3rd grade, let's say it's at 1 o'clock, it's 1 o'clock time. Kids are mixing from the 3 classrooms, going to a specific teacher to work on a specific skill. And then we're going to progress monitor that. How are we doing? Are we getting where we want to be? And then once we are, we're going to shuffle again and go, okay, what's the next skill? What's the combination look like that? And there are those kids that won't need that direct small group instruction, so we have some great ideas for them to work independently during that half-hour time. But it really was challenging for the classroom teachers to be like, I know what they need. There's just so many different small groups. But when we looked at the whole grade level, then we were able to really meet those needs in actually, honestly, a little quicker fashion than what we had done in the past. So we're looking forward to that and seeing how that plays out for us, okay? The second topic that we're going to talk about, we've kind of talked about on and off all year, so that's our work with Mr. McCarroll that comes from the ESC. He's coming next week. He's going to spend a full day in each of those elementary buildings. At the very beginning of the day, he's going to roll out a traditional mini PD. Mrs. Barr's been doing that once a month. We're using a lot of writing strategies are going into our reading program, so that we're basically reading and we're responding. So he's going to go over one strategy with them, and then he's actually going to take a seat at the table with some of our teachers and with Mrs. Barr, and we're going to look at our curriculum mapping. And we're going, okay, here's the unit we're doing. Teachers, what has been working for you since you've been trying out these new strategies? And his expertise in that writing area will be able to be like, hey, this is the strategy you'll want, if that's what you're wanting at the end of that unit, those kinds of things. And so I'm looking forward to that, kind of seeing at the end when that whole process is finished, just how much just teachers are feeling really good about it. We're seeing in the area of writing some real growth. So now that they're seeing that, being able to really kind of control, okay, can we do that then with this unit too? Can I carry this on with this? I think this particular unit, and honestly, I think anyone knows any curriculum always has really great things, and then those areas that you're not quite satisfied with, it has been consistently writing at the elementaries. They're feeling better with that writing revolution stuff coming in. And the kids just walk down the hallways in both buildings, and you just see a lot more writing up on the walls and things like that. So those are the 2 things in the world of, there's an apartment head world that we're kind of working on there. For Pleasantville, Mrs. Tokar says, she did not leave me a poem or a limerick this time, which is a little surprising, but here's what we got. Okay, she said, December brought a lot of spirit weeks, music programs. Thank you, Mrs. Burnworth. That's always I love Christmas music programs. And of course, a visit from Jolly Old St. Nick himself. Magical time in both of those buildings, I might say. This is pretty impressive here. The students of Pleasantville, over 4,500 canned food.
Wow.
They were able to give to the Pleasantville Food Pantry. That's remarkable. So that's really, really good. And then she's real pumped about this. She was going over this with me this morning. Over 1,000 positive referrals at the building. And then she noticed too the discipline, just the types of discipline that she's handling, a lot less than what it has been in years past. So those are all promising things. Some dates for you. Her Q2 SOAR assembly, scheduled for Friday, January 23rd. That's at 9:15. And as always, you guys know you're welcome to join. And then the father-daughter dance. This year the theme is You Are My Sunshine. That'll take place on February 7th. All right, thanks guys.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. And last we've got Mr. Montgomery.
All right, so first off, thank you guys. We really do appreciate all your support. And I know all our teachers and our staff, we really do feel the support of Bremen, so we really do appreciate it. I'll just first go over kind of the things. December was a huge, busy time for Bremen. Everybody, since I started here, told me Christmas is the big time for Bremen. It really was, and it was an exciting time. So we had the music programs. We really want to thank Carrie for everything she's done. She does a great job with those music programs. It was really cute to see the kindergartners and third grade sing. Did an awesome job. Night at the North Pole was even bigger than I could have imagined. It was just a lot of moving parts, and it went off great. We had to move it because of the winter storms and everything, but we still had a huge turnout. You know, Santa Claus came, the Grinch came. It was just a great thing. Even my brother, he has Down syndrome. His biggest thing in the world is Santa Claus. Got to see him. It was just a great time for all the kids. So it was really cute. And then also the assembly singers came. We had the chamber from Bremen come. It was really good. The kids enjoyed it. And then for PBIS, we had the hot chocolate party in Polar Express. So the kids got to watch a movie. I ended up spending most of the day making about 350 cups of hot chocolate. So we had a little meeting table, and I was just spend the whole day just pouring out some hot chocolate powder. It was a good time. And then for Tier 2, I've started the conversation with Mr. Scott at the high school about kind of getting some high schoolers in the leadership class involved at the elementary level with our leadership lunches, and kind of seeing what we can do to collaborate there, and seeing if we can have some high schoolers come down to the Bremen, or maybe vice versa, and seeing what we can do there to kind of collaborate, and then getting some visitors in there and stuff. But the students seem to really be enjoying the lunches, talking with parents a lot about it and what they're learning and just some of the things, but they seem excited about it, which is the goal. It's kind of made up of, some positive role models and some students that could work on behavior, and so we're just trying to, let those students see, the positive role models within the groups, and then, we have a different topic each week about, different skills that maybe certain students need to work on, or just maybe things that they could help within the whole classroom. So it's been a good thing overall. So I've been pretty happy with it. Also wanted to, so the last time we were going to meet, due to the storm as well, we were going to recognize some students at Bremen. So the next time we're out at Bremen, we'll have some students come in and we'll recognize them. Some different students that the teachers have recognized as being kind of class leaders themselves. And then also I wanted to recognize that Sierra Roberts, one of our ISs, she just had a baby, her son Charlie, so congrats to her. And so finally, we have our school dances are going to be on the 7th, with the girls being from 5:30 to 7, and the boys dance from 7:30 to 9. So you're welcome to come to that if you'd like. And as for behavior in the school, we're setting over 1,400 of our Fantastic Falcon slips. I too have seen a huge dip in behaviors, for negative behaviors. I would say that I was expecting a big rise in behaviors for being Christmas and all the excitement and things when we came back, but honestly, shout out to all of our teachers. We came back and we just got right back into the flow of things, so it's going really well. So, do we have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for your presentation this evening.
Mr. Hoffman, do you want to excuse them?
Yes, please feel free to take off if you like. I know you've had a very long day, so I appreciate you coming tonight and sharing all the activities that are happening at the different schools. So. Thank you, Mr. All right, we're going to move on to consent agenda section. Start out with 7.1, workshops and conferences. We have a list of items there. Any questions about those particular items?
I did just want to clear up for item number 6. I just want to make sure, I did go back and look, this is a conference that we've attended in the past. I listed it slightly different last year. Each of us in our office will only be at the conference 2 of the 3 days. So March 11th is the middle day of the conference, is the only day that our office would be out. All of us would be out at the same time. So we will, as in the past, we've emailed staff and let everybody know just how to get in touch with us. The way the conference works, we are on our computers since we're on eFinance the whole time, working through things. So we'll see if anything comes up, obviously available by cell phone. But I just want to call that out because it's 2 days for each of us that we will be there.
So on the other days, there'll be somebody in the office, like on the 10th and the 12th? then?
Correct, like the 10th, it would just be Jennifer and myself, so Amy and Heather would be here. The 11th is the day that all of us would be out. And then the 12th, Jennifer and I would be here, but Amy and Heather would be out. The only reason we listed it this way is because there have been times when, what they do is they have different tracks. So you go and they have multiple different sessions going at a time. So before we go, the 4 of us will sit down and say, okay, I'm following this track, you're following this track. We hit multiple different topics throughout the conference. So the reason we put all 3 days in here for all of us was in case something happened and they moved a track to a different day, we just wanted to be covered. I don't foresee that happening, but we just wanted to be covered in case that happened and they moved a finance track to Wednesday when it's supposed to be Tuesday, or along those lines. But each of us are planning to be there for the 2 days that mirror our day-to-day jobs the best.
Any other questions on the items there? If not, we'll move on to 7.2 financial items.
Okay, a few items this evening. First, we have 2 different donations. We have a donation of $300 from Tom, Janet, Andy, and Tim Hughes in memory of Barbara Hughes for the Land Lab. And second, we have a donation of $1,000 from Sherry Miller for the Kevin Miller Scholarship Fund. So as always, very, very appreciative of these. And I know that those funds will definitely, get put to good use. The third item on here, I just wanted to mention, we did receive, as of late December, we received our fiscal 2025 financial audit. Happy to say that we had a completely clean audit again this year, so all areas of the audit came back clean. We had no call-outs, no verbals, we had 0 this year, so really, really excited about that. So just wanted to pass that on because I know with the finances and everything, I just want to publicly let our community know that we're using, all the dollars that come in, we are using them in the appropriate manner. So very happy and appreciative of the team for making sure we're following processes. And then I have our financial and our insurance reports for December. So I will start with the financial report. So as of December, we have received $15.7 million compared to $15.9 last year. We do not have a lot of changes as of yet over the last few months. No changes in property taxes or income tax. We will receive our next round of income tax at the end of this month. So when we do our January recap, we'll have some more updates there. Our state foundation is coming in flat to last year, and other revenue is slightly down. We're seeing this, we had planned it to be down slightly in interest, so some of that's, we're just working through that. Overall expenditures are up 4% to last year at $13.3 million compared to $12.8 last year. You can see that we have seen a change in salaries and benefits as planned. You will also see our purchase services are up 7%. Last month I did mention that we were moving a debt payment, and you'll see that that's now reflected in here. So that is now back evened out, and so we are truly up 7% to last year. Supplies are up 21%, and then our transfers are right where they have been in years past. Our cash balance is ending the month at $9.9 million compared to $20.5 million, and that's just due to that transfer that we did at the end of 2025. So overall, we're in a good place. I did just want to call out the second board meeting in February is when I will be doing the next round of the forecast. So we will see, the forecast of, as Mr. Belleville mentioned, the changes in taxes and all of that information. So that will be in February this year. Any questions on finances or on financial before I move into insurance? Okay, moving into health insurance, we've seen revenues of 2.7 million compared to just under 2.6 as of last December. Our expenditures are at 2.9 compared to 2.6. I'm very happy to say claims are now up 7% to last year. As of November, we were up 17, so we had a good month in December, so that's helping bringing our claims back down. So just continuing to watch that and to see if that's a trend or if it's just a 1 month, but I will take it for a month and starting to get us back in line. We obviously are still holding a very strong cash balance at just under $4 million compared to 3.9 last year. I do expect that to come down a little bit as we continue throughout the year, but we're still in a very, very strong spot. Within dental insurance, same as we've said every month, our cash balance is sitting at 275 compared to 239 last year, so we're up 15%. And overall, you know, we're just kind of moving right along within dental insurance, so no major call-outs. Any questions on either of those? That is all I have this evening. Thank you.
All right, thank you. If there are no other questions or comments, entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda section.
I'll move that we approve the consent agenda section.
Mr. Johns moved to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Smeltzer second the motion. Any further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Mrs. Johns?
Yes.
Mr. Smeltzer?
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister?
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer?
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. Moves into new business section, item 8.1. Motion to approve the 2 substitute teacher lists as presented. Any questions on those lists? Not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So move, Mr. President.
Mr. Kimmer has moved to approve. I will second that. Any further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Mr. Kimmer?
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister?
Yes.
Mrs. Johns?
Yes.
Mr. Smeltzer?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item 8.2, this is to approve the 2026-2027 school calendar as presented. We discussed that a little bit earlier. If there are no questions, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Mr. Smeltzer's moved to approve.
I'll second.
Ms. Conrad Zangmeister seconded the motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Smeltzer?
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister?
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes.
Mrs. Johns?
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer?
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. 8.3, this is a motion to approve Luke Horn to take the high school student council to leadership conference on February 4th, 2026 at Nationwide Arena.
We do this with our FFA group and our DECA group, and this is just a new opportunity for us this year. Same program for student councils. They'll receive some leadership trainings there as well as be able to take in a game. So would.
But they've all gone different times of the year, right? It's
Yeah.
not, okay. So it's something that they put on frequently up there.
Yeah.
That's nice. All right, if there's no questions, need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Ms. Conrad Zangmeister moved to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mrs. Johnson, second the motion. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister?
Yes.
Mrs. Johns?
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer?
Yes.
Mr. Smeltzer?
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. Item 8.4, motion to approve a memorandum of understanding between Hocking College and Fairfield Union as presented. I believe this is for, is this for teaching?
Student teachers.
Student teachers, yes.
The next two are, well, no, the next, yeah, but
Any questions? If not, entertain a motion to approve.
So move, Mr. President.
Mr. Kimmer's moved to approve. I will second that. Any further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister.
Yes.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Smeltzer.
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. Item 8.5, motion to approve a field and clinical experiences agreement with the University of Cincinnati as presented, similar to the one we just passed, so. Need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Mrs. Johns moved to approve.
Second?
Mr. Smeltzer second the motion. Any further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Smeltzer,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer.
Yes.
Motion passed.
8.6.
Thank you. I was just getting ready for that. Now I gotta find it. 8.6. This is motion to approve purchase service agreement with Eagle Wings for a new placement. Mr. Belleville mentioned that at the beginning. Any questions?
What is Eagle Wings?
It is it's a special school a special education school,
Okay.
students with disabilities.
It's still in the Jacktown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments? Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Mr. Smeltzer moved to approve.
I'll second.
Ms. Conrad Zangmeister second the motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Smeltzer.
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister.
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman.
Yes.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Kimmer.
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. And that moves us into executive session.
Being number one.
Item number 1 on the public content there, be no action taken
No action.
afterward. Need a motion to enter into executive session.
So moved, President.
Moved by Mr. Kimmer. I will second that. Please call the roll.
Mr. Kimmer,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mrs. Conrad Zangmeister.
Yes.
Mrs. Johns,
Yes.
Mr. Smeltzer.
Yes.
Looks like we'll start at 8:02.